I think it goes hand in hand with not only enjoyment, but probably why some people get so frustrated. Like, do you play a lot of social VR games? In the sense of either just multiplayer shooters or social and like VR chat or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's probably like the best experience. Having someone you know and they're with you.
Yeah. Like it can go to the extremes of being like great when you got someone in there and you're really
Yeah.
feeling it, but I can also understand why people get so frustrated in social VR games. Whether it's just like a first person shooter getting team killed or VR chat and someone screaming in your ear is
Yeah.
when you really are invested in these things, uh, the annoyances don't feel like a game anymore. They feel like personal attacks. And I don't mean that in like the worst negative way, but when people say it's just a
No,
game, I mean, okay. By definition,
it's
you're
not.
right. You're like
Mm,
Futurama. You're like technically right, the best
yeah.
form of right, but you're wrong. It's if it's a game, then this whole facade of what we preach is kind of bullshit at that point. It's not. It's much
Right.
more.
Like I honestly feel like virtual reality, like the phrase is virtual reality. It's still a reality. You get what I'm saying? It's not
Yep.
like it's like when we're in VR chat and someone says something rude, of course I take offense, but because I know we're in a different reality, I just probably will switch a different server. I've got to that point. I used to get offended, be like, what? But now it's like just switch to a different server. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to be deep or anything, but being in VR, using that has brought that same level of thinking to real life. If someone says something to me, it's like whatever, I can just keep going. Because in VR, like in VR chat, there are a lot of different people that that's come up to you and say something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to I've had a like racial slurs and stuff said, even if they're just trying to make a joke. But it's like me and my bros, I had him get offended, but I'm like, bro, what can you do? We're in VR chat. It's not like you can just go and fight him. There's no point of getting mad. It's like just keep on keeping on. But I mean that takes time to get to that level though.
Could you give any advice to? Because there are a lot of people that interact with me online
Yeah,
that have really bad times.
yeah.
A lot of women specifically, they have
Oh,
it pretty
trust
rough,
me.
and then of course people of
Yeah.
color. But women, I mean, I've been in some rooms. I'm like, holy shit, like
Yes.
it's bad. But what in all the time you've played, what are some of the best things you could do? You know, as the user, that you would advise others to try to have fun in these situations that can at times be very like complicated and heated.
Honestly, just remember that you are in virtual reality. Remember that you can always block them, mute them, go to a different server. The best thing to do is to keep your peace and control what you can control. Because you can't control anyone else. You can't tell them to stop saying what they're going to say because we're obviously behind a different face in VR. People get confident and think they can say whatever they want. Control what you can control. Control yourself, your emotions as much as you can. If you feel like you can't do that, then I say just switch to a different server. Especially if you have mutual friends, you guys can just go to a private server, hang out in there. You don't even have to worry about randoms coming in. Just learn the platform, especially like VR chat. You can have a private world.
Find your
And
tribe.
really, yeah, really in any game you can have a private server. So I'm like, if you ever feel like someone is coming at you the wrong way, because I hate for people to get discouraged from VR in general
Yes.
because they feel like there's a toxic community. I'm like, no, that's just certain people. A lot of us are like very welcoming. It's like, because VR to me, like I said, it's another reality. If I meet you in VR, I feel like we're friends for real. So basically, yeah, control what you can control. Keep your emotions in check. When in doubt, switch servers.
Yep. I mean, there's not much else you could do. I one thing I learned with virtual reality, because I play, like, if I would say 90% of my time in VR is going to be in some form of social, whether online competitive multiplayer or social. It's always with other people.
Right.
Maybe about 10% of my time is playing solo. Um, and coming from, whatever the age of when I got Xbox Live on the original Xbox and started understanding how to play online, I took the friendships that I made online as easier. Like I never put as much effort, I don't think, to my online friendships as I had to put to my IRL ones, and that might have been a mistake. But it
Right.
was something that I noticed about myself reflecting in the past, and I find that in VR, the efforts to have fun socially, I think, is equal to, if not harder, than IRL. And it took me a while to understand that I have to like really try in virtual reality a lot more
Yeah.
because I can't read facial cues. I'll have
Right.
no ability to impose my, like, I don't know how to say it, like impose my will or anything. There's no way
Yeah.
there's no way to come across
Right.
in any way because people could either block you, mute you, walk away, walk through you, scream loud. Like it's there's so many
Or
things that they
crazy.
can do to negate me trying to connect that
Right.
I've had to reevaluate how I put effort into building those bonds online. I think that's helped. Um, but that might just be a luxury of the position I'm in compared to someone else getting heckled or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
It's a tough
Uh,
subject. I hate it.
oh no, definitely. I've actually just recently got into VR chat. Like I used to I'm not gonna lie. I was just like I doubted TikTok, I doubted VR chat. So I was like, what can you do in VR chat? Just talk to people. But then I got in there, I started exploring. I did not know how beautiful it was. I did
Oh
not
yeah.
know the effort people put into the worlds and everything. Just being able to be a different anime character is funny. But yeah, no, it's really funny. But I feel like from my perspective, right? I overthink a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially in person trying to talk to people. I I'm the type of person I'll try to read you first to see if I should talk to you. And now that I'm in VR, and like you said, we don't have those cues and whatever the eyes. So I just honestly just let everything go and I improv. I just go talk. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" I just have whatever I can do, and then if a conversation starts, a conversation starts. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I don't get as offended as I will in real life. I've learned that, yeah, because I mean, like I said, how I can just walk away. I don't have to talk to you, or we don't have to talk. If you walk away from me, that means okay. I mean, that's okay. I understand. We're in VR.
Yeah.
But in real life, if I try to talk to you and you walked away from me, I'll be like, wow, really? So it's like the same way I can avoid people, I have the same power to talk to people or not talk to people. The confidence in VR is like for me has is a lot easier than in real life.
Hit that subscribe button to stay on top of the daily clips or catch the debates and fireside chats live on the main channel down in the video description. See you next time, Space Cowboys.